welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who's made with Ecto Strech technology, Bill.
Hi, everyone, and my freight features are top-notch.
Bill, as you know, we are very influential in the collectible space. The area where we have the most sway, the most influence, is Power Rangers. Because of this, we've been recognized by this company named Cakeworthy. They are a maker of fine outerwear. You
apparel.
can see I'm apparel. Thank you. That's a better word.
Yeah.
I'm modeling their Power Ranger hoodie right now. I enjoy this quite a bit. So they actually sent me several items of apparel, and I thought this would be a wonderful opportunity to just do a little bit of a fashion show for our viewers. I'm going to go off headset and model this. If you wouldn't mind providing some commentary.
Of course.
All right, we're gonna give this a shot. Here we go.
This is great. I'm looking forward to this. When I first saw Paul today, I thought he was modeling a bed sheet. I was unaware. There you go. Turn the light on. Oh wow! Look at that setup.
There we go. All right. So
more interesting stuff behind him than the hoodie. Yeah, Paul talks about Power Rangers a lot, and I just shut my mouth the whole time. It's terrible. He shoehorns me into Star Wars, which I like to a degree, but at the same time, he talks circles around Power Rangers. And I just can't keep up at all. And it's terrible. Oh, there's the bed sheet.
This is a throw blanket.
Oh, throw it on the ground.
Baseball card logo.
There we go. Look at that. He'll be like the fanciest refugee in the world if he puts it over his head. There he goes. Wow, yep. Oh, look, now he's modeling his refugee wear. There we go. Oh, I'm so cold. Look at that. Oh, I found it in the 90s refugee wear. Oh.
Now this is a real nice item.
Oh my god.
Look at the logo.
It is a windbreaker.
Can you see that? Very nice.
It's a there's a nice, you maybe go join like a bowling league with this.
There you go.
The Mighty Morphin pin pushers or something.
I don't know if this is a thing.
It's so shiny.
It's sort of pointy. I don't know if that's good.
Why is it pointy?
You can pull it down. I don't know why it's so pointy.
He loves Power Rangers so much. Pulling out a flannel now. A flannel coming back, or just seasonally I can't. Flannel outside of the fall.
It actually glows. I'm going to turn the light off again and see if
Does it glow in the dark? Or does it just glow with his enthusiasm for Power Rangers, which is just omnipresent? Speaking of glow, Hasbro, please re-release the Ecto Glow figures. That would be fantastic. That's what we really want. Freight features is fine. But Ecto Glow, that's what we really, really, really would like. So Paul got a full amount of free clothing. Now he can buy more toys because he got free clothes. And now back to Paul. Terrific. I enjoyed every bit of that.
Was that good?
Just
some nice
fantastic
stuff. So that's Cakeworthy. Hop on there. Tell them.
Thank you, Cakeworthy.
Tell them the Reluctant Adult Podcast sent you. Mickey Mouse went into public domain this year. Do you know what that means? Do you know the ramifications of going into public domain?
It means that you could actively replace me as a co-host with Mickey Mouse.
There's a guy on TikTok. He has a Mickey puppet, like the one you can buy from Barnes & Noble. Like, he's off camera, and he does the Mickey voice. Right. You know, it's sort of like Triumph, the insult comic dog from Conan. Like, that would equate it to that.
Yeah, he says some,
and he's been said
foul stuff.
He says some foul stuff that you wouldn't want Mickey, like that's like the thing he does, like, and then he does this like deep voice like this, like Mickey get really creepy, and he's been sent cease and desist, and like he made a series of videos where he's like, I'm gonna stop, and then he tried to just be himself for like a month, and then he's like, no one likes this, I'm going back to the Mickey puppet, and he did, and now he could technically get away with this, but here's the caveat: it's not any version of Mickey Mouse, because it's based on the very first incarnation of Mickey Mouse, which was Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse. But Mickey Mouse hasn't changed that much. If there were posters supporting that version, and there were, and they were colorized, and they had yellow shoes and red pants, so your Mickey that you own, or you own but no one owns, nobody owns this, so you can use it. He just looks like Mickey Mouse. He's got gloves. Like, they haven't changed Mickey Mouse that much.
It was Justice League when Amanda Waller's like, he left his DNA all over the city.
About who, Batman?
Yes.
Yuck. Gross.
Do you remember that epilogue episode? That was a good episode too. Where
this was Batman Beyond.
This was actually Justice League Unlimited.
Oh.
And it was an epilogue, like a closeout to Batman Beyond. So it kind of told that Batman had rewritten the DNA of Terry McGinnis's father. And that Batman was technically, like Bruce Wayne was technically...
Oh, I don't like
Actually, no, Amanda Waller rewrote the DNA.
Oh, okay. Someone else did it.
Yes, gotcha. It wasn't Bruce
That's
Wayne.
Okay, then.
And she was like, it was easy enough to do. It was easy enough to do. He left his DNA all over the city. And then, like, they flashed to her, and she's like, that's not what I meant. So, like...
Flash to Wonder Woman. It's like, it's true. It's true. What can I say? Oh, it was a kid's cartoon they were talking about. It was for children.
Right.
Children heard that.
It impacted me.
Did you really? How did it impact you?
I just grew up. I grew up that day. Tragedy struck my house. I told you about right before the show started. I told you that my son. Yeah.
Your son? What happened? My boy.
He's okay, but
my boy.
His beloved Beast Lab broke.
Beast Lab from Moose Toys.
From Moose Toys. It
no,
broke.
But it's such a quality product. I'm surprised to hear that it would break.
Nearest I can tell, he overplayed with it.
So he loved it so much. He loved his Beast Labs from Moose Toys so much that he played with it so much that it just finally gave in. It gave in.
So the little stopper snapped.
Did it ooze come out? Did it leak out?
A little bit. My wife got in touch with Moose Toys.
They're not from this country.
They aren't. They was an automated message.
That was an expensive call.
He'll probably end up getting a replacement.
You think they're gonna send the whole thing?
That's a good question. No,
I do wonder.
They're gonna link it back to me and be like, "That's that guy."
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This address looks familiar. Wait a minute. How did you... No, they're going to be like, oh, you bought one in addition to the free one that we gave you that you never opened? Wow. We're going to send you some more stuff. You're just trying to get them to send you stuff instead of me.
I'm looking for Bluey things at this point. I didn't get any Bluey.
Do they make Bluey too? Moose makes Bluey?
They do.
Oh, you should have mentioned that. I'll mention that to the guy. I'll be like, we also like Bluey.
I love Bluey. I didn't get any Bluey for Christmas. That was sad. It's the first time in 2 years that Boston, because if you equate Massachusetts with Boston, you know that Boston just encompasses all of Massachusetts.
Absolutely.
But it is the first, so if you go look up the weather, it's just how it's going to impact Boston, not how it's going to impact me.
Who cares?
In the center of the state.
The other stuff. Yeah.
No, it's just Boston. So Boston apparently hasn't had plowable... Yeah, sure. And the Celtics are there. Whatever.
The Bruins.
But
not the Patriots. Right. Not the Patriots. No. Little known fact. Patriots do not even play in Massachusetts. Where are they? Connecticut? Rhode Island?
Foxborough.
That's right. It's not it's still Massachusetts. It's just not Boston. It's Foxborough.
Right.
Nowhere near Boston. Just outside. Very far away. As
so
far away as you could be.
Yeah. Going back to the weather. Boston hasn't had plowable snow in 2 years.
Wow.
So this is the first storm that potentially could bring snow that you would have to move with a shovel.
You're going to be using those 2-year-old salt and sand to fix the roads. It's not going to work. It's going to have deteriorated like the goo in the Ghostbusters figures.
Right. Damn it. We held on to it for too long.
As you know, if you're a fan of the show, when my mom visits, she brings some of my childhood toys. And, she'll check with me beforehand with what I want. But sometimes there are surprises. And one of those surprises this trip was a mint on card G.I. Joe motorized action pack. Look at this. Do you remember these?
Wow.
And then there's a drill one.
My.
Look at that. That's nice. Someone hand wrote the price on it. Clearly not
on them.
Understanding that in the future these would be highly collectible items. And then there's more on the back. There's especially love this, the mountain climber that comes with Big Boa, was that his name? The boxer guy?
Yes.
Who's getting a classified figure. So I wonder if these will be incorporated into the classified line in some way.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
This is my flag point. Like I can send away for the super soldier or Sergeant Slaughter, I think at the one time you could send away
Sergeant
for.
Sergeant Slaughter, yeah. The Steel Brigade figure, I think, was on there.
When Dan Larsson hosted Paul's Con along with... I want to say Zeb. Thu. Sorry, not Zeb. I'm not big into Transformers. Sorry, Zeb. They each received every conceivable version of the selfie series with their head on it, including Black Panther, which Dan did not display. he was like, thanks. I'm not including that in the group shot. So I don't know the total. I want to say it was like 17, 20 different versions of Dan Larsson sitting there looking at us on camera.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't see the picture?
No.
All right. Think about it. G.I. Joe. Well, I guess he only had the male character. So Snake Eyes.
Right. Snake Eyes.
Star Wars, Stormtrooper, Rebel Pilot, Mandalorian.
That's it.
Rebel Pilot. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Power Rangers. There's red and black now. I've stopped counting with my fingers, but there's a lot. And then Ghostbusters. Yeah. Is that it? I feel like there's even more.
So fewer than 10? No, there's not more.
Oh, it seemed like so many. I don't know. It seemed like so many. His selfie series, I think it looks okay. It definitely doesn't look as good as ours does because his face shape is just not the shape of the figure that they have. So, like, you really got to have a face like that is very round and that'll look like you. But it was just very funny to me. He had them all out there. Oh, there's you. There's your Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I'm here.
So it was like a little, he's like taking pictures of all the things that he's then going to like put in a box and never look at again. He's like, I want to document that this happened.
Right.
Someone was like, I hope they paid you in money too. And he's like, they did. So I don't know how much, I don't know. Like we have to negotiate when we do it. So like, I don't know how much money we're looking at here because they got to pay to fly us up. You could probably drive, but they got to reimburse you for gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need like at least a cool 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
You think $10 is too much? I don't
know.
I'll take it. I'll do it for 5. That's fine.
Sure.
That's fine. There's a new Dune figure out, and apparently Christopher Walken is in the new one.
Okay.
And he just looks like Christopher Walken. So somebody's like, yes, I'm going to turn this into a Max Schreck figure from Batman Returns. Because it's perfect. It's just exactly what he looked like. His face, at least. I don't know what he had, a suit, I'm sure. Like, is that what he looked like? A black suit?
Well, I think he had pinstripes, and he had gloves. He had the leather gloves.
Sure.
And
well,
the hair was a little puffier. I love that movie.
Batman Returns.
Oh, yeah.
It is a great film. This is technically from 89 Batman, but I'm sure they will do Batman Returns. Is it any different, the costume for Batman?
I believe it is. I think the logo, the Bat logo, is different, if I'm not mistaken.
How different could it be? I'm looking at the
costume still doesn't have nipples. I know that much.
Okay, so you know what? Yeah, the Batman Returns logo, I think, is the iconic one now, because this is the first movie, and it has like the extra points and then the short, like middle point. But Batman Returns has the long middle point on the bottom of the bat. So that is like the more, to me, iconic look. Like the fine. This is like what we're going with. Like we refined it, and this is what we want. The Pop-Tart Bowl, they had this anthropomorphic Pop-Tart running around during the game, causing hijinks, way more than you would think would be allowed. He was like interacting with the refs.
Anthropomorphic Pop-Tart rose out of a toaster, correct?
That's how his life ended. I don't know that it started that way.
I thought he came out of the toaster. I thought he came out of the toaster, like, here I am. And then,
maybe,
like you said, he created, he was the hijinks all over the place throughout the whole game.
He's running around.
And
creating memorable moments.
Yes, and I'll tell you where it ended for me. He gets back on the toaster with a little sign that says, dreams do come true.
Dreams do come true.
And then he goes down into the toaster, and that's where it ended for me. And I was like,
he threw the sign up.
I was already disturbed at that point because I was like, this guy captured everyone's hearts and imaginations. Oh, and then he just toasts himself.
He was not here for a long time. He was here for a good time.
Well, I woke up the next day and I saw the remainder of the clip.
The winning team was allowed to consume his body.
Yes, right.
He came out of the toaster like on a conveyor belt, and they just went at him. And it was weird too because it was like they were just eating.
Crowd.
They were just eating the frosted part. It's like below was red, which is like the berry filling, but it just looked like his blood.
I don't know. Yes.
I don't know the anatomy of Pop-Tarts, but
they tore him apart.
What anthropomorphic mascot would you like to consume? So like not Tony the Tiger, because he's not made of Frosted Flakes.
Not Chester Cheeto.
No, although I feel like he has some Cheeto dust on him, so you could probably get like a contact high, lick his gloves.
Yeah.
What other
the gloves.
edible mascots are there? Not the Cheerios bee.
Probably the goldfish.
No, he's not food.
Probably the goldfish.
No, we're saying the Pop-Tart is food.
Oh.
What other?
Joking, like which one you would eat.
No. I want like what would be an edible, like something that wouldn't be weird. Like it'd be weird if you ate Lucky the Leprechaun, But if there's a Pop-Tart walking down the street and you take a bite out of it, no one's going to call the cops. Like, what? Of course we're going to eat the Pop-Tart.
The goldfish, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of.
They don't even have eyes. I feel like that's like...
They do.
Disgusting. I don't know. That really creeps me out.
Have eyes. Okay.
There used to be, like, Teddy Grahams. Something with that.
Yeah.
We'll have to come back to
this.
In the comment section, let us know what mascot you would like to eat. What is the most delicious looking mascot? I'm very curious about this now.
Who has the best mouthfeel?
Oh my god, that's what you made it. I didn't think it could be any worse, but you made it worse. You know, we talk about like, oh, like kids don't like toys anymore. Yeah, I get it. You can get a Switch and then you can get games for free. Like I'm playing Fortnite for free. I haven't given them a damn cent. You're going to see a sharp decline in the number of videos I produce because I'm transitioning from an action figure journalist to a gaming journalist. So the next time that G4 gets reincarnated, I'm going to be in there. I'm going to have the gaming knowledge. I'm a Christmas tree character because it was free. Nice. I actually have that figure. It's funny. That's like one of the figures I have.
You can see where your action figures come from. That's right.
This is why I brought this up. As much as I enjoy playing Fortnite, it made me in no way want to reinvest in those figures. Absolutely, this is why this line from Hasbro failed. There's no incentive to get toys based on the video game you like. There's no crossover there. At all, from my personal experience. Like maybe it's different for some people. Clearly, Jazzwares has done fine with theirs. So maybe the younger skewing audience is like, oh, I'd really like a toy of my character. When I would go see a movie, if I really liked it, I would know that I really liked it because I'd be like, oh, now I got to go get the toys. I got to go get the toys.
Sure.
Did not feel that way at all about Fortnite. We have an update on Fresh Monkey Fiction's Naughty or Nice collection. So as you know, Series 3 is currently crowdfunding. You can go on Big Bad Toy Store. They need to get to a certain number to turn on the machines to get these produced, but they had an update. They said that if Series 3 is successful, they're going to make a sleigh before next Christmas. This year they're making the reindeer. They hopefully those will get produced, and then they'll have a sleigh. So then you'll have the complete Santa collection. It'll be beautiful. Series 3, the 112 figures, are currently 75% funded. The smaller, the 4-inch 118 figures are a little bit behind. So if you want some 4-inch Santas, get on there. And they did say they've extended funding for another month because Series 2 should be coming in stock any day now, and they want people to be able to have those in hand to see how good they are so that then they can go support Series 3. So that's the game plan. They're very close, so still very hopeful that we're going to get Series 3 in its entirety. You may remember prior to Halloween, they tried to do a Halloween collection of Naughty or Nice that did not get funded, but they're looking at options to do that as a limited run. If you tried to fund those, there's still hope. So you're saying hope. There's a chance. The newest wave of Ghostbuster, like kids geared toys for Firehouse. It's still called Firehouse, right? They never changed that.
No, it's called Frozen Empire.
That's right. They did change it. It's called Frozen Empire. The kids line for the first movie, which was called Afterlife, that line was called Fright Features. Longtime fans of Ghostbusters will remember that for the real Ghostbusters, the second series was also called Fright Features. That series is now being re-released by Hasbro, who absorbed Kenner. And that is also going to be out on shelves concurrently with this new set that is not called Fright Features. We think it's going to be called Ecto Stretch Technology?
Ecto Stretch Tech.
Ecto Stretch Tech. And now what is Ecto Stretch Tech?
It's almost the ghosts that accompany the Spengler family and, was it Gruberstein? Paul Rudd's character? Was it
McGruber? Ooh. Is it not? It's something.
Ooh, no.
Goober. It's Goober, right?
Gooberson or something like that.
Yeah.
Gary
son of Goober. It's Gooberson. Yeah.
So it's him and the three Spenglers, and each one comes with a ghost. And nearest I could tell, the ghosts are made of like a stretchy hand material.
Yes, the sticky hand.
So,
the sticky hand.
Yeah, the sticky hand.
Yeah, but probably not sticky, but hopefully not sticky.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Why does everybody think we're 50?
Why does everyone think we're 50?
In no world do we look 50. I mean, maybe Bill, but no world. Look what I'm wearing. Fair. You think there's a 50-year-old walking around wearing a Power Rangers hoodie? Get out of here. They throw him in jail. Now, 40, perfectly acceptable. 40 is the new, 21. That's what I heard. Right?
Fair enough.
If you're on our TikTok and you take the time to comment and like insult the fact that we collect toys.
Right.
You could not be wasting your breath anymore. You're not gonna be like, oh, you know what? I never really thought about it. What am I doing? Why do I have what? Why do you know what? I am a loser. Of these toys. No. Why didn't anybody ever mention this to me? Damn it.
Why didn't they say, Bill, stop? You've had enough.
Oh, nobody stood up. If only one person had said, do you really need another toy? I would have been like, damn it, you know what? I could be buying scratch-off tickets with that money.
I could be buying CDs. My money away.
I could be smoking my money away. But no, I bought tiny plastic men that are worth 300 times their original value. Who's the idiot now? We're primarily viewed as a news program. Like, people come to us for the hard-hitting news. The fact that I turn this around in like an hours, and this is like, you're hearing us talk like less than a day after we actually talked.
It is very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I am very impressive.
For a non-YouTube based, like, we're not TikTok live or anything like that.
We make $0 off the podcast. Now, TikTok we make a little bit, because if you want to go follow us on there, that actually doesn't matter. Just view us from the FYP. There's actually no way that you can like help us because TikTok doesn't care if you like search us out. We need to just randomly show up in your feed, and you need to watch us. So I don't even watch, like, if you follow us, unfollow us. It'd be better if we randomly showed up in your FYP. That's how much that makes sense, but whatever. Speaking of TikTok, for Christmas my wife and I got our son a Nintendo Switch, which is the best Christmas gift that I've ever received. It's a very strong product, not like the Marvel Marvel Legends, which have just been decimated by clearance.
I've been doing my hardest to talk you down from your clearance finds of these Marvel Legends, because I just by no means am impressed by your purchases.
Well, that is.
I'm sorry. They were all on sale prior to you finding them. They were.
Well, let me first say,
told you that you could get the full set for under $50 at one point.
Let me first say that it was not my goal to impress you. I was just reporting the news that again, I found these for $7, and I felt like that was a good price for a Hasbro product.
I went to Target, and they were literally the only Marvel Legends left over, and they were
what else
still
is
$7.
There's like the MJ and the Daredevil.
Yep,
it's like the only other thing.
It's MJ.
Marvel Legends,
no, Daredevil didn't make an appearance, but it's MJ, Nick Fury, and Agatha Harkness are the only Marvel Legends currently at my Target. Did you watch What If at all?
You know, it's funny. Because of the clearance, I was like, well, let's check this shit out. Let's see what's going on. And then I saw that Hot Toys is making that weird Iron Man with all the crazy colors.
Oh,
so
yes.
Like, what is going on here?
Car Iron Man.
So here's the thing with What If. It's just like random bullshit. It's like a brand new story using the MCU characters.
Well, there was a comic book.
Okay, but this is just random bullshit? Just random bullshit?
Well, this lines up with the MCU proper.
I know, but the writing team is just making up stories. They're like, what if this happened?
I think there are some comic-based ones. There is a what is it, 1609? I think there is a Marvel 1609 that one where Peggy Carter goes back to the past, to a universe where all the heroes are like medieval characters, Renaissance characters.
Is that where we're at now? Because she got sucked into some portal at the end of an episode I was watching.
Yes.
I had this on while I was watching Fortnite, so I definitely was not paying attention.
Okay.
But I did actually watch the episode with Hela from Thor, his sister.
I was painting when I was watching that episode, so I got very little. Yes.
So then her powers get taken by Anthony Hopkins' character. And
Odin.
What's his name? Odin. By Odin's beard. Okay, side note. This is the funniest thing about this is some of the actors do their voices, but then some of them are sound-alikes. And it like sort of drives me crazy because I'm like, is that actually? Because I was like, oh, that's a really good. It's like the Black Widow. It's like sometimes that's a really good Scarlett Johansson, but then sometimes it's like, wait a minute, that's not her at all.
I saw Scarlett Johansson today in Home Alone 3, and I was like, wow. Yeah.
That's. Wow. I was very excited for the first few seconds of that sentence, and then I was like, oh. How old is that movie?
I don't know. It came out like what, 95?
I was gonna say, did it come out last year? Like, what? She have like a weird contract. Like, you got to do the Home Alone movies. What If is weird to me. I kind of like the animation, but then sometimes I don't. Like, I feel like sometimes it turns into like anime. Like when there's smoke, it's just like gets really weird. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I know they're doing the zombie show too. Is that going to be the same style?
Are they doing a zombie show?
They are doing a zombie show with Wanda is like the lead character in that, I believe.
I would imagine that it's probably going to be.
Yeah, because it's interesting. It looks good. I almost wish that they would just extend the actual MCU stories this way instead of doing these nothing stories that have no meaning, like no implications. It's like you watch it and you can forget about it because it's not like it's never going to be referenced again.
Right, and it's a completely different universe, so what does it matter?
It just seems like a waste of time. You spend an hour watching a couple of these and then it's like, oh, remember that time that Tony Stark fought the Grandmaster? Like, no, it never happened.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
No, it never happened. It happened in some other dimension.
It's like, these are the equivalent of the character waking up and it was all a dream.
Sure.
Oh, you're saying it was just a lie the whole time. You just wasted our time as the viewer. Thanks. That's great. Oh. Thanks so much for that.
What a bummer.
I want to go back to the Marvel Legends stuff for a second because these were the plastic-free packaging. I don't know if these are the final figures of plastic-free packaging, but the fact that they put all these lame civilian-looking characters in one set, again, supports our theory that someone at Hasbro wanted to tank the plastic-free packaging because these did very poorly.
I think this set has been leaked continuously for the last 18 months. Remember there was some real shabby
really
phone
potato
photos
quality.
of these.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think Hasbro had to do damage control and was like, no, these aren't legitimate, but they were.
They were just like, why would you think that? Like, no. And then of course they were real. Like, is there a single superhero character? It was like all people in suits and women.
I think we got Goliath, and that was it.
Goliath?
Who's
that?
Goliath, at least in the MCU, theatrical, was the Lawrence Fishburne character from Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
In this What If set?
Yeah.
What? I don't remember. I don't know. He had a part of the Build-A-Figure?
I believe he did, yeah.
All right, I'll have to go take a look.
He looked like Blue Ant-Man.
Oh. Blue Ant-Man.
He looked like Blue Ant-Man, but he was...
Oh. Blue Ant-Man. I thought he was in the Ant-Man set. He was in the What If set?
Wasn't he?
I think he was in the Ant-Man set. I think he was in the Ant-Man set. Yeah, I think he was in the Ant-Man set.
But as the What If version of him?
Yes. I do think so. Yeah. Because you had Agatha, you had Nick Fury, you had Gamora, Kingpin, Skrullos, whatever the fuck his name was. Oh, that's 5. So maybe you're right. I don't know. I can't think of the other one.
You know why this is You know why this confusion is happening is because it was plastic free.
Yeah, we don't know. We can't see the figure.
We just don't know.
We can see it at Ollie's next year.
Sure.
All right, this show got real long. Any
That's
other
great.
big stories you want to cover?
Any
other big stories you want to cover for this week? Turtles of Grayskull are in stock. You can buy those everywhere now.
$20.99, that price point.
Yeah, way too much. Way too much.
I'm not touching that one. With
not for that price, pal.
Power sword.
Ooh, look at that. NECA Vault? What is this?
Right, what is the NECA Vault?
Everything's
a vault.
Everything's a vault. The year of the vault.
The NECA Vault, isn't that just Auto T?
Well, that's why it's even extra confusing. Because I don't think it said NECA Vault, but it was a graphic of a vault, spinning, opening. Obviously, this is going to be older product that they bring back, right? What else could it be? What else could this be?
I don't know.
So is there anything you hope? Anything you hope for?
No,
if that's what it is?
I don't put a lot of faith in NECA because, not so much in because they just release stuff over and over again anyway.
Well, that's true.
They did that with the Spider Gremlin, the Bat Gremlin. They all just come out eventually again.
I mean, that's good though. We can't say that's a bad. If you're trying to get secondary value on this stuff, it sucks. But as we talked about last week with the HasLab stuff, probably not a good idea. Can't count on that.
I think everybody because it all just links back to Turtles. I think everybody wants to see those original Turtles come back.
Oh no, there's no chance. There's no chance. They've been bootlegged so much. That was why Randy was like, not happening. No. Yeah. So keep dreaming. I think I would be so surprised. I'd be shocked. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.